Hey guys, what is up? It's Cal and Sal here with the second edition of
How you doing, everybody?
of Cal and Sal's Blazing 5. Thanks so much for the support last week. You guys were awesome. We almost doubled our subscriber count. Way to put bread on the table. That's what it's all about. Me and Jay have barely been getting by during this quarantine, just eating scraps off the table. But 14 subscribers, man. We're going to be eating good tonight. So that was awesome.
That's awesome. Good for you boys.
Now, I will apologize to the subscribers and all our fans. I went 2-3 last week. Sal had the good fortune of picking the Saints over Brady last Sunday. He went 3-2. Obviously, both of us better than Cow Herd at 1-4. So definitely come here for your Blazing 5. We're definitely going to do better this week. That was kind of a lot of upsets last week. A lot of crazy stuff happened.
That's true.
I feel really good about our picks. Knowing how bad we did last week, we really did our homework this week. We did our homework on about 3 games last week. I think the Lions game was a bit of a stretch, but we really picked, and the Denver game was a bit of a stretch, just because I like Drew Lock. But we really did our homework this week, so I'm expecting us to go 5-0. Hold us accountable. Give us the unsub if we go losing record again this week. I hope you do. But let's get started. Do you have anything to say, Sal?
Oh, just great. I laid over here in San Jose for another week. I had some trouble with the avionics on the Gulfstream, so I told the crew, let's just take some time off. So I'm here at Cal's place, and really looking forward to just our Blazing 5 tonight.
Yeah, our view sure doesn't beat the Maui condo you sent us to last summer, but
well, we'll have you boys over there. We'll have you boys over to my place soon.
And with 14 subs, we're going to be serving gourmet dinners the rest of this week, so we'll definitely be keeping you in good affair or a good well-being. But anyway, so the reason you guys are here, on to the Blazing 5. So our first pick, we got Browns over Texans. The Browns are actually favored by 3, and they're not the strongest team ever at 5-3, and neither me or Sal love Baker Mayfield, but Chubb's coming back week 10, so I love the Cleveland running game. Their defense is decent, and the main reason is I really haven't seen anything out of the Texans this year to make me think that they'll have any chance of winning this game. They barely beat the Jaguars last week, and they're 2-6 otherwise, or total. I'm just not seeing anything out of them to suggest that they're a contender to make this a game.
And I believe Baker's going to have that chubby fella running for him.
Yeah, so we do love Chubb here.
Nick Chubb, we love him. He's going to be back. So
I think the quarterbacks here are pretty comparable. Maybe Baker's a hair better than Watson. Neither one's super mobile. I guess Baker might have a little stronger arm and a little, but he's questionable decision making. But I think with the running game of Cleveland, that's the difference of this game here. Both very similar teams, but I think a slight edge at quarterback possibly in Baker's direction, even though I still have him probably as the 22nd best quarterback in the league. But I think the running game of Cleveland is going to be the deciding factor in this game. So on to number 2, we got the Bills over the Cardinals. The Bills are actually the underdog here at +2. And I think there's been a lot of NFC West inflation in these betting lines. They've played a lot of games within their own division. So, people are thinking right coming into the season, they were thinking this is a powerhouse division. But none of these teams are really running away with it. And the Niners are a lot worse than we thought. And so a lot of these games are against the Niners, and they're losing to teams.
Subpar competition.
I mean, the Cardinals just lost to the Dolphins last week, and I'm lower on the Dolphins than anybody, despite their decent record. So I think the Bills, they've been battle hardened, played some really hard games. I love Josh Allen. He tore apart the Seahawks last week. We had that right here on Cal and Sal.
We did. We like sure Josh Allen. We're high on Josh.
People are sleeping on Josh Allen. That's just a loaded team. I think they're going to run over the Cardinals, to be honest with you. I can't believe they're the underdog here.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one, Cal.
Good. You're always my sanity check. Just make sure I'm not running with these.
I'm with you.
I wish you'd kept me a little more sane last week when I said the Denver Broncos. That was a reach.
I tried.
But anyway, so our next one is the Seahawks and the Rams. Like we've been saying, I think the Rams, they play in the NFC West, so for some reason people are assuming it's a good team. For a lot of reasons that I don't have the Seahawks that high, I also have the Rams as kind of an overrated team. But here, Seahawks as an underdog seems a little ridiculous to me. They're a 1.5-point underdog. Russell Wilson's a top 5 quarterback. Jared Goff's probably bottom 8 for me. And usually the better quarterback wins out in these games, especially at a 1.5 point spread. I can't see Jared Goff beating Russell Wilson in a shootout.
No, I can't see that either.
And
we're always we're going to lean to Russ Wilson.
I mean, I'm going to read who the Rams have beaten this year. They beat the Cowboys, arguably the worst team in the league, even with Dak. Not much of an upgrade over Andy Dalton. They beat the Eagles. I'm not impressed with Carson Wentz. They beat the Giants, who are also a dumpster fire. They beat Washington, and they beat the Bears, who are actually a decent team. But 4 of their 5 wins have been against maybe the bottom 5 worst teams in the NFL. And the Bears are not that great either, and Foles hasn't been playing well.
Well, Bears have a hell of a defense.
Meanwhile, the Seahawks haven't played the strongest schedule, but they've won a few decent games. And so I think it's an easy pick of Seahawks here.
I agree with you.
So our 4th pick is going to be the Ravens and the Patriots. Patriots, I think they speak for themselves. You're never going to win a game against a good team with Cam Newton. Now, the only thing to consider here is it is a 7-point spread.
Right.
Ravens are favored by 7, and that is kind of scary. But the Ravens have a great defense. Lamar always feasts on these terrible teams like the Patriots. And Cam Newton cannot throw against a good defense. He's got a noodle arm, terrible field vision, and he's just not a good quarterback. He's, as you'll see in our QB rankings, he's ranked 32 on mine, probably the worst in the league. And there's a reason why he went unsigned for so long. So while I think 7's a huge spread, I think Cam Newton can do it. I have a lot of faith in him covering this line.
In terms of him messing up?
Yeah, I got a lot of faith in him.
Yeah.
He's really proven us right almost every week. They barely beat the Jets, who many predicted would not win a game this season, and the Jets almost won that game against Cam Newton.
Yeah, if you watch that Jets game, you would be a little nervous about the Patriots.
I would be, except that we're taking the Ravens, and I think they'll comfortably cover the 7, but we'll see. Lamar has disappointed me before, especially this season. But I think that defense is too solid. I don't think Cam's going to make it happen.
I agree with you, Cal.
All right. Our last pick, I know this is a little questionable because we went with Tampa Bay last week, but we think they're going to redeem themselves. We got Tampa Bay over the Carolina Panthers at 5.5. They're the favorites. Carolina's been a pretty good team this year. I like Teddy Bridgewater a lot.
They're playing better every week.
Yeah, I mean, they've been scrappy. They've been in games. They haven't been winning a lot. I think they're 3-5. But, you know, they are a dangerous team. So this is a line. This is probably, if you're going to not bet one of the 5, I'd maybe stay away from this one.
Yeah.
I think Tom Brady, though, has a penchant for, he never loses 2 games in a row, and he's going to come back with a vengeance, you know, prove all the haters wrong that saw that Sunday night game.
And what I liked about this, I was telling Cal, is that, you know, they stunk up the field so bad a week ago. I'm talking about the Buccaneers, that maybe you know, the point spread is a little more generous. So take, you know, you get.
Yeah, Vegas might be giving you more points than you should be getting here.
That's correct.
That's one of the reasons we were picking this one. But Carolina, we like the team. McCaffrey's great, and I actually like Bridgewater. He's a pretty good quarterback. Throws a nice ball. But I think you got to take Brady here on a bounce back.
Yeah, just to correct what Cal said, Vegas is going to give us is favoring the Bucks a little lower than they probably should be favoring them.
Right,
is what I'm.
I think that's what I meant.
Yeah, that's what we're.
And we do have an honorable mention to finish off the pod. We got Cincinnati and Pittsburgh.
Oh, we love this game.
We love this game. We might personally do a blazing 6, so we might just go ahead and throw that on our record next week. Yeah. Do not be shy if we're going to do that. But it's 7.5 underdogs for Cincinnati.
And we're thinking
Burrow's been balling in every game this season.
We're thinking.
And on top of that, Pittsburgh has not been blowing out any teams this season, even bad teams. They're staying, you know, they're winning. They're undefeated 8-0, but they're right with every team they're playing. Like every game's coming down to the wire. 7.5 seems like a pretty high number against Burrow, who's at this point maybe a top 7 quarterback in the league.
He's playing great. Been so impressed. And I wasn't as high as Cal about Burrow coming into the season, but I've had an opportunity to watch a few games. And,
he's awesome.
Just very impressed with that young man.
He's the 2nd fastest quarterback in the league, on top of throwing great touch balls like Brady. He's kind of like Brady
and he doesn't
Lamar Jackson's
He doesn't
body.
get happy feet back there.
Yeah, he's so composed. He's awesome.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's going to be in the league for a long time. But anyway, that's our blazing 5.5, maybe 6. Hopefully we'll come back to the positive record this week. Thanks again for being here, Sal.
Yeah, thanks a lot, everyone.
And thanks for all the subscribers, for all your support. Love the comments. Keep them coming.
Let's try to go 6-0 this week.
We need to go 6-0 for you guys. We apologize. I know Sal went 3-2, but me going 2-3, despite being better than the professional Colin Cowherd, is still inexcusable. And we're going to do better than that going forward. So thanks for sticking with us, and we'll see you guys next week.